Now that sports gambling is legal across the country, an influx of fans will be running to place their bets on their favorite team. So now is as good a time as ever to look back on some of the biggest gambling scandals in sports history. Pete Rose. How does the all-time hits leader in MLB history derail his Hall of Fame candidacy? He gets caught placing bets on his own team. In 1989, Pete Rose accepted a lifetime ban for betting on the Cincinnati Reds every night while managing the team. Betting on your own team may not be as bad as throwing games, but it's still illegal, and Rose denied it for nearly 15 years. And not only was Rose banned, but he's also ineligible from being named a Hall of Famer. Even with sports gambling now legalized and Rose finally taking responsibility for his mistakes, Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred is still adamant that it changes nothing in Rose's case for a Hall of Fame bid. The Boston College point shaving scandal. For 9 games in 1978, 3 players on the Boston College men's basketball team crossed paths with gamblers from Pittsburgh in a plan to shave points. The plan was simple. Boston College was an 8-point favorite. The players said they would win by less, and if they were predicted to lose, they would lose by more. Only problem? It didn't really work. Turns out intentionally missing wide open shots wasn't easy, and the gamblers involved lost big. All it took for this grand scheme to crumble was a mobster turned FBI informant, the famous Henry Hill, naming everyone involved in the plan in exchange for a lighter punishment. Of the 3 players named, Richard Kuhn, Ernie Cobb, and Jim Sweeney, only Kuhn did prison time. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, spent 28 months behind bars. Jim Sweeney admitted to taking $500 but was never charged. Cobb took $1,000, was indicted, but was acquitted. All 3 are still banned from the university. Cobb may have been an NBA player, but was cut by the New Jersey Nets in training camp when the scandal leaked and no other team would offer him a contract. He ended up playing in Israel for 17 years and is now a high school basketball coach. Former NBA official Tim Donaghy. There's always a running joke that when referees make a bad call, they must have money on the line. Most of the time, it's just a joke. But from 2005 to 2007, former NBA referee Tim Donaghy turned that joke into reality. When an FBI investigation in 2007 proved that Donaghy was betting on games he was officiating, it turned into a PR nightmare for the NBA. Many analysts said the NBA's popularity would take a major hit. Others said the integrity of the games were jeopardized. The worst part, Donaghy insinuated that referees were instructed by the NBA to call games in favor of a specific team. And while it's never been proven or recognized as truth, Game 6 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals might suggest that the fix was indeed in against the Sacramento Kings. The Los Angeles Lakers shot 40 free throws in the game, and it looked like the NBA was trying to prolong the series or trying to ensure the Lakers would make the finals. After all, former NBA Commissioner David Stern did once say that if he had a dream NBA matchup, it would be Lakers versus Lakers. The Black Sox Scandal. When you combine many of the Chicago White Sox best players, New York gambling kingpins, and the World Series, you get the biggest sports gambling scandal of all time. For the 1919 World Series between the Chicago White Sox and the Cincinnati Reds, 8 White Sox players teamed up with prominent gamblers to fix baseball's biggest event for a huge payout. The White Sox were 3-1 favorites against the underdog Reds. Chicago managed to successfully and blatantly throw the series. From a lopsided 9-1 loss in the opening game to 6 walks in Game 2, it was clear that something was off. And a few months later, after an investigation by the league, Major League Baseball banned all 8 White Sox players for life. That included famed White Sox outfielder Shoeless Joe Jackson, who, if not for the scandal, would have been a Hall of Famer. Jackson is 3rd all-time in batting average, and his performance in the World Series never showed any signs of involvement in the scandal. He hit .375. But Shoeless Joe's career came to an abrupt end after 13 years. And whether it's 1919 or today, one thing you can bet on is human beings falling prey to temptation and the risky dollar. Legal or not, the sports world will never be immune to betting scandals.